Hi everyone, welcome to the second episode of PM Clips. This time, let me tell you the story of a government project, the NAIA Expressway project. I hope that in retelling this story, you would be able to understand at a grander scale what are the complexities and challenges of managing a project of this magnitude. True, this is not an IT project, but it still is a project on which the principles of project management should still apply. Okay? So, the NAIA Expressway, also known as the NAIA X, the NAIA X, the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Expressway, is an 11.6 kilometer elevated expressway system in Metro Manila. It links the Metro Manila Skyway to NAIA. And at the end of this one, it is the entertainment city. And it was planned to run along Ninoy Aquino Avenue, Macapagal Boulevard, Jose Jocno Boulevard, the Cavitex Expressway, the Andrews Avenue, all of those major roads connecting Skyway XLEX down to Pagcor City. Why do this? Well, it was supposed to ensure the growth of the Pagcor Entertainment City along Manila Bay so that tourists coming in would have easy access to the hotels, casinos, shopping areas, the theater there, and so on that was found in the Pagcor Entertainment area. And believe it or not, there were backers to this project. There were four major backers, four business groups, and they were willing to put in 6.5 billion pesos into the project just to see it through. Just like any project, it had a budget, 15.86 billion. It also had a timeline, and that it will be completed in a year and 9 months. So it was planned to start, the groundbreaking was planned to start in January 2014, and it should end September 2015. They planned it in such a way that there were two phases. Phase 2A, which was Entertainment City, and NAIA 1 and 2 will be finished by March 2015. And Phase B, wherein you connect the domestic road to NAIA 3, it will be finished in September 2015. So everything will start, Phase 2A will start January 2014, Phase 2B will start in April 2014. Okay? And it really had a specific set of expectations. They were expected to create a 7.15 kilometer four-lane expressway with two exit ramps and a toll plaza. So pretty clear. That should have no problem. So the plans were already there. What is more important for us is once the project started, how did it progress? Well, as of 2015, as of October 15, 2014, BPWH said that the project was still on track despite actual data saying that 10 months after the groundbreaking, only 10.6% of the total work is still done. Also, remember that at this point, there were already a lot of traffic happening in that area, causing people to ensure that they allot around 3 to 4 hours of travel time going to the airport if they want to catch their flight. Okay? So this was already at October 15, 2014, 10 months after the start of the project. Things went from bad to worse because one of the things that actually hindered the completion of the whole project is this 15 million egg sitting in the rotonda near NAIA 3. It was called Layag Islas. And believe it or not, that is actually a park. And inside that, those steel coverings over there actually had paintings. The steel structure was completed in 2014 and it was part of the beautification project of MMDA and the Manila International Airport Authority. And what? Once it was finished, it was scheduled to be demolished 4 years later. So the investment in that particular beautification project was wasted. Um, okay, so fast forward to March 2015. At this point, things didn't look well. As of this time, just 6 months before the supposed end of the project was only 27% finished. And for me, I was thinking, what, are they supposed to finish the remaining 75% in 6 months? Are they crazy? Add to that, in March 23, 2015, a girder launcher used to lift concrete slabs fell on 6 vehicles, causing now the infamous traffic jam that reached until SLEX. In June 1, 2015, knowing that they're not going to be able to finish in their original uh, completion date, they decided to move the deadline. Okay, Phase 2A was moved to October, and their plan was hopefully it would be finished just in time before the 2015 ASEAN Summit. And then Phase 2B was moved to March the following year. So think of it as a 6-month extension. But issues still hounded the NAIA Expressway project. There was like the right-of-way issue near the LRT, the pedestrian overpass that was being built from NAIA 3 crossing to Resorts World. They had to relocate some Meralco facilities, and they also had to redesign the Skyway near Villamor Air Base. So there were a lot of issues that were causing the delay of this particular project. So, bottom line, did the project finish? No, definitely not. Um, the Neither was Phase 2A, which was supposed to finish or they planned to finish before the ASEAN Summit started. It wasn't finished. And it was not even finished, close to finishing in Feb 2016. Remember, they already moved it 6 months later, and their new deadline was March 2016. And at that point in time, they were only finished, they only had 68% of the whole project finished. What? Again, are they going to finish 32%, a third of the project in a month? One light at the end of the tunnel, though, at that month also was that DPWH was able to gain the right of way to all the properties needed to finish the construction in 3 months, they said. So supposedly, again, they're going to finish in March, April, May 2016, they say. So when did it actually finish? The key date here was September 22, 2016. And at that point, only Phase 2A was open. This was already the time of the term of Duterte. Okay, so there was a lot of issue. Kanino nga ba talaga ang Skyway? Under whose administration should we credit it? Should we credit it to Noynoy because he started it? Or should we credit it to Duterte because it was finished during his term? Okay. But one thing we have to point out, uh, this new date, this opening date, was 18 months after the original deadline. Okay. It was 18 months after the original, so it was totally delayed. But after September 22, 2016, things started, the ball started rolling. Okay. 3 months later, additional entry ramps were opened, okay, connecting the expressway to Cavitex. And finally, in June 1, 2017, NAIA Expressway from SLEX down to Entertainment City was finally open. Guess what? It was 21 months late in terms of its original schedule. So what's my purpose of telling you this one? Well, I have a question for you. And that question is this. Did the project fail or did the project succeed? What I'd like you to do is put your responses below in the discussion forum. Please take a stand. Okay? Tell me the project failed or the project succeeded. Make sure you do take a side, success or failure, and then defend. And when you respond to this one, make sure you have no more than 500 words to your response. There's a word counter at the lower right-hand side of the rich text editor that you can use to monitor the length of your response. And take heed, this one is going to be a graded discussion. Our first synchronous class will focus on this, really defining when a project succeeds or a project fails. This is Sir Olpo saying goodbye and thank you for listening to PM Clips.